I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that's a yes.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Welcome to Based on a True Story, Volume 6, Tales of the Underworld, where true crime collides with the furry, funny, and fierce world of the Dust Bunny Mafia. This brand new 32-page comic reimagines real mafia legends, Mad Dog Cole, John Gotti, and more, through the eyes of our animal mobsters. Think The Godfather meets Looney Tunes, packed with action, humor, and full-color storytelling.
What else do we got here? Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another Madness Gaming tabletop demo.
¿Cómo estás?
With my boy Chris. What's up, everybody? Chris, you know on X, do you look at your X much?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you get those inbox messages from the people trying to hire people?
No.
They're tagging like 1 million people, and it's like they're trying to hire you for some kind of a job in the UK or some dumb shit, right? But they're tagging 1 million people. So you know what I'm doing? Instead of reporting these fuckers from now on, I'm putting the link to my website in there where all them people are tagged.
That's right.
I'm going to use their idiocy to my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Because no, I'm not looking for a job. You guys have sent me like 100 of those things. And had I thought about this before, I could have been sending my link out to thousands of people without,
Free advertising.
Instead I was getting mad. I was like, man, I'm sick of these in my inbox all the time. No, I'm going to monetize all dumb shit from now on. Monetize all dumb shit. Porn bots, look out, baby. You're going to the Meg. I'm tired.
Yeah, I usually get the thing I usually get the most are the fake Facebook Messenger things that tell me my page had copyright strikes, and then what I do, I found out how to send them an invoice. So every time I get one, I send them an invoice for $250, and
Yeah.
I usually don't hear back from them.
That consultation ain't cheap. You guys are dumb. I'm trying to educate you here.
That's what I put in there. I'm here to consult with scammers to tell them how to not be so shitty at it.
Yeah, I mean, you could be better at it.
Exactly. It's an effort.
You can tell the ones that worked at it.
Oh, yeah.
They at least get you to answer a question or two before you realize they're fucked too.
Yeah. A lot of the posts or a lot of the groups that I joined, there's so many of them that'll start with saying, hey, tell me about what you're working on, or tell me about the thing you've read or done this week. And it's like, no. I've learned now that no, you don't answer them ever, because they're going to say, by the way, are you looking for, no, I'm not. And I hate you now.
Yeah. Somebody sends you a friend request and you accept it. The first thing they do is solicit you. Unfriend.
Yeah.
Unfriend. My favorite though are the guys that I'll post a link to somebody's campaign, and I'll get the messages from the people who want to help me with my campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's not my campaign. I'm just promoting it. Something you say you're going to do, but don't really do. Okay, you're going to try to get them to pay you.
Yep.
To do what you don't really do, while I'm out here actually doing it, and you're too stupid to notice that that's what I'm actually doing.
Yeah.
Because you think it's mine.
Yeah. I asked someone once who sent me who had an ad, a full ad. It said, we do book promotion and all of this stuff. So I said, I want you to tell me exactly what you do. How are you going to promote this? Never responded. No, they don't have a response. They don't. And I had one. Okay, this is funny. And I don't want to say the person's name that it was a referral from, because I don't want to get them, feeling weird. But it was a friend of one of the people we really know well. Uh-huh. And they sent me a friend request. And I'm like, well, okay, you're friends with this person? Okay, I'll accept it. The instant I accepted it, hey, would you like to meet somewhere? Yeah, I was propositioned for some nookie. Which, flattering, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gay. Really? Yeah.
Somebody we know has a friend soliciting gay sex in Facebook Messenger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was friends with somebody we know, and I don't want, again, I won't, I'll tell you their name after. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me the name, because
it was funny as balls. Yeah. I'm like, dude, no. He goes, no, we can meet in Philly. And I'm like, no, we are not meeting anywhere. Block.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. But again, I'm flattered at the effort, I just
I'm not. That's not how you do it. Look, guys, that's not how you do it.
But like I said, I appreciate the attempt.
Go to the gay Denny's, hit on the waitress. He will hook you up with whoever you want to meet in the whole freaking establishment. He knows them all. Okay, so just go to the gay Denny's. We had one on 7th Street in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, and like my brother's wife and her daughters all loved to go there. Just because it was fun. You know, they just go there to have fun with all the gay dudes, right? And they would try to get us to go. Come on, come down there. It's just me. No, fuck you, no. Ain't going. No. Not giving any gay guys the wrong idea about who Pops is.
Mm-hmm.
No. Hey, you guys want to? Hey, that's what you do. What you do in your bedroom? That's cool. That's you. What I do in my bedroom? That's cool. That's me. I'm not sharing with you. Don't share with me.
You see Glenn's?
No, I didn't see. What's Glenn saying? What?
How you doing?
He might make an exception for you, Glenn.
So, okay, check this out. Speaking of Denny's, right?
Yeah.
I was, early 2000s, just out of college, and I was starting my own IT business back then. A friend of mine whose wife was a stripper invited me down to the strip club because they wanted a website built to sell, used undergarments, let's put it that way. 2 a.m., I'm at Denny's with the owner who looked like Mickey Rourke. He looked like Mickey Rourke. So
we're selling danced-in one-time thongs.
I'm hoping it's only one time. But anyway, so we're at the Denny's after that, right? And I'm sitting with all the girls and the people, and he looks over at me and he goes, "So what do you want?" And I'm thinking food, right? And I'm like, "Well, I'm going to probably just get a cheeseburger." He goes, No. Which one do you want?" And he's pointing at the girls, and I'm like, again, I appreciate it, but no, I'm good, baby. I'm good. Yeah.
Which one was the most recent hire?
I know, right?
No, actually, I've lived with strippers. I've dated strippers. They're pretty honest people when it comes down to who they really are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, but at the same time, when they're working, of course, honestly, they're dishonest because they're just trying to get their money. They ain't giving you nothing in return, but a look-see, right? You know, so, but they're, you know, when it comes to who they are and who they want to be, they know who they are. You know, I mean, only the really ditzy, drugged out ones have no clue, and a lot of them do actually work their way through college that way. You know?
Hey, if I could do it.
You know what I mean? It's like they say it like it's a cliche, but in every strip club, there are 2 girls that go to college.
Mm-hmm.
In every strip club, there are at least 2 that actually attend a college. You know,
I still think we could fund the madness forever if I did a single session of reverse stripping. I'll sit here naked, and you got to pay me money to put clothes back on.
But nobody's going to tune in for the opening frame. That's the problem. See? I mean, it's like nobody wants to see me that way either, bro. I get it. You know, it's like, although there are dad bod sites now.
Lord, I tell you what.
I'm looking for the grandpa bod site where the dude's a little hunched over and, you know, he's a little wrinkly. All right, let's do some gaming, bro. Let's get out.
So before we do, I do have something I need to say.
Oh yeah.
I did make kind of an announcement yesterday, but I needed some time to think about what I was doing. I don't think you have the box on hand, the director's cut one.
Keep talking. I'll
fine
see
if you
how
don't worry
easy
about
it is to get to. Keep talking.
Okay, and again, don't put yourself out. But anyway, a couple of years back, I made a version of the original Slaughterville I called the Director's Cut, and it had updated gameplay. It improved the first game drastically. We added new abilities. We edited the villains. We edited the locations. It was a lot of work. Okay. Now I put it out there, and of course it funded. It shipped. Everything's fine. But the thing is, I can't seem to get any more. Okay, and it's a long story on it with a bad experience with a shipping company, but and people have been asking me to get this director's cut for a long time. Now here's the issue: I cannot get it made in the United States for a price that would be reasonable, what people would consider reasonable. In other words, when I had it made in China, the box itself was $100 because it was a giant coffin box.
It's a big box. Like it's buried over there after rearranging everything from the flood yesterday. That one just happens to be on the bottom of a pile.
That's okay. So what I've decided is, well, actually, I was playing a video game, and it doesn't matter which one, but I was looking at it, and it had, some downloadable content, DLC, right?
Right.
So what I've decided is I'm going to re-release all of the villains, locations, and everything from that original director's cut as individual packs. So you can get it piecemeal, whatever you want, calling it VLC, villains, locations, and characters. So you're going to get a villain, you're going to get a location, and you're going to get a couple of characters with it. So like for instance, if you buy the slasher, you'll also get the cabins because, come on, right? Yeah. And then you'll get a couple of characters that would go along with her. And I'll do it for all. I think there's 11 villains. Let's see. Beast Within, Body Snatchers, Cannibal Rednecks, Zombie Horde, Slasher, Serial Killer,
Doctor,
Jack the Ripper, Headless Horseman.
Doctor.
What was that?
Doctor is in.
Yep. The Contagion, and I know there's another.
You got like a dozen
that I'm forgetting.
You got like a dozen or more settings already in the game that people can play, and you can play in any of the different settings.
That's the thing about it. Yeah.
You don't use them all at once, so you wouldn't need all the packs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Slaughterville is really fun to play. It really is. You've seen us play it live here. You've seen us create characters out of the RPG that are still showing up everywhere. And, the game had legs. It has legs. It's not going anywhere. The director's cut box was huge, really big.
Let me see if I can do the. I know there's going to be a hell of a glare, but up very at the tip top, that's the original director's cut box.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in it, guys. I have
and it's modular. I mean, you can mix and match and play it any way you like, and all you'll need is the Slaughterville 2 base game in order to start it. Now I might put out a pack that gives you the tokens and the dice so that you don't need any other game except whatever you buy, but that's something else I'm thinking. But I'm going to launch the VLC, and you'll be able to get these packs, and you'll be able to pick and choose whichever ones you want. And of course, we'll give discounts the more you get and all that kind of good, happy, joy stuff.
So we got the VLC packs, and we're going to have a utility pouch.
I'm considering that, yes. That will give you all the dice, the tokens, and everything that would normally be in it too. But you don't need them because they will come with the Slaughterville 2 stuff.
You but can if you just use regular old dice, guys.
Yeah, that's all I use. I swear to God, I just go out and buy
blood-stained ones that I got from Chris from Slaughterville. See, blood-stained dice. That's cool.
Oh, did I ever tell you that story? I was at a convention once, and I had my blood-stained dice there, because I was selling the RPG, and somebody bought the RPG, and I always give him a set of the dice with it, and he goes, "Wait a minute, I just paid $5 for these dice down here." I'm like, should have come here first there, fella.
Hey, 2 for 1, bro. You know,
Exactly.
2 sets for $5. Lucky guy. Lucky.
Yeah.
Why is he complaining? 2 sets. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the plan. We're going to do Escargot, and then we're going to do the VLC, and then we're going to do the Slaughterville novel, and then we're going to do the RPG, and so on and so on and so on. I think 4 projects is good for the year. Probably not. I'm going to do 5, I bet.
The VLC, is that something we can't just start selling, or is it something you're actually going to do a campaign around?
I would like to do a campaign around it. I don't need to.
No, we could just start selling to people that already have the game, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I want to do the campaign just because I want to have it. If I can get enough orders, I can buy it in bulk and get it cheaper for everybody. Right. So that's my goal, is to try to make this as cost effective for everybody as possible.
So there may down the road someday still be a director's cut box.
Oh yeah.
But for right now, we're going to make it so you can get all the shit that's in it.
Mm-hmm. And you can, this way, if you don't want the serial killer, you don't want Jack the Ripper, you don't have to get them. You pick which ones you want.
You know, I got to quit doing that too. I got to quit referring to everything as shit. I got to quit doing that. And I definitely do not ever mean to offend anybody and think that I'm calling their stuff shit. Okay.
Who was offended? I wasn't offended.
I'm just saying. I've noticed somebody else said something lately about it. And it wasn't that I do it. It was just, you know, we got to stop referring to each other's creations as that dude's shit, my shit, your shit. You know, we're working on our shit. We got to quit referring to it in that way. You know?
I'm just so used to that kind of stuff. It doesn't even register to me. It's just talking about your stuff.
Us, but like for a noob tuning in, right? If I'm referring to your game as, oh, well, he's got this shit, that's not a good selling point for the first time they see us talking about your game. Is it or whatever, right? So I got to quit doing that.
Speaking of the book, they were supposed to be arriving on March 7th. Now they're going to be arriving March 1st. So they could actually be here either tomorrow or Saturday. So I'll be able to get them to you, and then you can send them out to Carrie and them. Yeah. But yeah, there's one before I forget.
Don't forget to throw a pack of cards in there. I gotta have a pack.
I won't forget your pin cards. Today we're taking a look at, and I wish Geekmen were here.
Oh,
Masters of the Universe, the board game Clash for Eternia. Now, speaking of the UK. No, stop falling. There was a game that came out a little while ago, and it just did a reprint kind of Kickstarter thing that was only available in the UK. Like, you could not get it in the US because of licensing issues. Called Fields of Eternia. That is not this game. That is a completely separate game. Real nice models. Don't get me wrong. I wanted it. I've tried to get it, but I couldn't get it. So I went with this one, which is Masters of the Universe Clash for Eternia by HeMan Games. They want you to call it Come On, but screw you, it's HeMan. Because it sounds like semen. They get all pissy about that. You son of a bitch.
You HeMan? Do you HeMan?
Yeah. It's like, get over yourselves, people. But this is a primarily it's a skirmish game where you are going against, another opponent, or multiple opponents, because you can play as different, different players can control different characters. I am going to show you the solo version because that's how I play it. Normally, a skirmish game is something I stay away from, especially because the AI tends to be pretty simplistic and there's not usually a lot going on with them for solo sides. Now, if you're going up against somebody, hey, speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Send him a message.
Nice. But yeah, again, usually skirmish games are something I stay away from because I play solo, and you like the interaction with other people. But I will say this one has a pretty neat AI to it. It seems daunting at first to set this up, but once you do it once or twice, it's not that hard at all. It's a lot of pieces But once you start putting out the pieces in sections or in stages, then the setup is nothing for it. And believe me, I'm the kind of guy that I've set up games like, do you know Firefly? Did we talk about Firefly before?
We haven't played it yet.
Exactly, and that's why, because it is a pain in my junkle areas to set up by yourself. There are, I swear to you, maybe 15 or 20 decks of cards, and you have to find a way to coordinate all that on the thing, and it is such a pain in the area. I love the game, but that's a game you need other people with.
And probably a larger table too.
It does fit on this one, but I have a 7-foot table and it's getting close. But yeah, so we're going to take a look here. We're going to show you the top down, and we'll show you. I already have it set up, but I'll explain how you set it up. I'll explain the characters, and we'll just go in from there. Sound good?
All right.
All right, both. All right, hit the cam, pump it up to 1080. And there we are. That's pretty. That's pretty right there. Not like me pretty. How you doing, Glenn? But you know. So when you play this game, you're going to be setting up what's called a scenario, however you wish to pronounce it. All right. And they have some set in here that are just for AI, for solo. And it will mention it. Okay. Like it says up in here. And that's the one the Mountain Brawl. That's the one I picked for here.
It's Urko. Look.
I know, right?
It's Urko. It was my favorite character in that stupid show.
But yeah, and I like
Battle Cat should have just left, right?
Yeah.
They should have just left and went and partied and just leave the rest of them people behind. Cool.
Now, in the table of contents, they call it the index, which I think is kind of weird, but it's a table of contents. You'll see little notes here which show you the AI ones. Now, there's only 4, but it's fine for me because I don't really care as much. It's a skirmish game. There's not much variety you're going to get with it, except for capture the flag, beat them up, that kind of stuff. And as I'm sure you can see, the models are really well done. This is HeMan. But for the players, you pick between 1 and 4 characters. I usually like to go with 2. I picked HeMan and HeMan for this setup. The scenario is going to have a layout for all the terrain, all of the character positions, all the minions that you put out, which I'll explain in a minute. But it also has any special rules, how to win, and so on. For this one, it's simple. Beat up somebody or get these objectives and get to 5 victory points. Boom, you win. Okay, for either side. It did have... I got these. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of extras for this. Like they have Wrath of Snake Mountain. They have the She-Ra one. They have Hordak, the Evil Horde one, which I'm going to probably get the Hordak expansion. But for the most part, I don't know. You don't really need them. But they had these. And I thought, oh, man, these are going to be so cool. You know, because they're 3D printed terrain like HeroClix. But you still have to put these out, and then you still have to put the terrain types out. And I'm like, well, why bother then? You know, I'll just use this, and it saves me time for setup. So I think this is the only real regret that I've had with buying these, and I have a whole stack of them. I don't regret getting the boulders because screw that, they're awesome looking. But when you're setting this up, you're going to pick between 1 to 4 characters as the players, and it will have character picture, their health, if they have any armor, as well as 2 abilities. Now, it has another side to it when you're playing as the controller or the bad guy.
Okay.
But here's the other thing I like about it is they created special character cards for AI, so that they have certain abilities that are themed or attuned to using the AI play. So I really do like that. I appreciate that. Now, when you get your characters, here's another thing I thought was pretty cool. When you get your characters, you also get these abilities. And it goes green, yellow, and red for the different green, yellow, red levels, right? So you unlock the green when you hit here, yellow when you hit here, red when you get there, right? All good. But not only that, and I only noticed this the other week when I was playing. I don't know how I missed it, but they're double-sided. So this one side here is a counter blow. The other side is spinning cleave. So you get either attacks or defense or other abilities based on how you want to reorganize these. But it's pretty neat. It's an easy way to add variety to the game. Let's see. Any questions so far? Because it's really not hard to set up. You'll put out where the players go. You'll put your characters on one of those spots. You'll put out where the controller goes, and you'll put their characters on one of those spots. Now, here's the thing. The controller, no matter how many player characters there are, the controller always gets 3. So you always pick 3. I picked Skeletor, Trapjaw, and do you remember Faker?
No.
Faker was the clone, the blue clone of HeMan.
Okay.
He was one of the first figures that I had when we could get Masters of the HeMan figures. So the controller is going to pick 3 of them, and they're going to pick a minion. Now this is one thing I will say that the box lacks, is there are only 1 minion groups for each side. Skeletor has these hoverbots. The HeMan side has Eternia warriors. Mm-hmm. But the other expansions do have more minions and so on, that, of course, because they want you to get more, and I want to get more. And then you put out these tokens that represent their health, and this one is the enemy's energy, because everything in this game is based on power or energy, and that's these cubes here. When you do things, you get to build up energy and put it in your abilities, and then you can use that energy to execute them. And it's a nice way to control power. Plus, whenever the heroes use their power, it goes to the controller, so that they get, the more you do, the stronger they get, so that they can perform their abilities. Then you put out the terrain. Now, terrain has their card, which I really like this. The terrain comes with their own sets of cards to tell you what each terrain piece does. So the boulder, you can pick them up and throw them, and it tells you how to do that. Rocks block line of sight, and you can get an extra die if you're standing on the rocks and somebody else isn't. So it's makes it real simple. Let's see. Yeah, this is really all there is to set up. It just seems like a lot when you're first doing it, but once you I always recommend pick your scenario first, so you can set your map out. Then pick your characters, because then you can set them right out in front of you, and everything is done in stages then, and you're not going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah. We are watching closely and paying attention, Chris. Carry on.
Sorry. I know I tend to ramble a bit. I do, but
no, you're one of the better people I know at doing this, because you do explain, and then you'll say, do y'all have any questions? And I did have a question, and you got to it before I could ask it. And that was, you mentioned minions early in the show, right? And then you said, I'll get back to that. And then you did. See, so I didn't have to ask the question. I knew you were going to get back to it. I knew, you know what I mean? It's like you're really good at this. That's kind of why I like you doing it on the network.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm usually half, special. But once you get your characters, right?
Bro.
This thing uses the power system, and it has a unique way of seeing which player and which characters are going next. So you get these sets of cards right here for the controller, and one set for the heroes. And the controller's card, and all it is just a picture of the characters that you have,
right?
Plus a strategy card. So you take them, you shuffle them up, because you as the player are not supposed to know what the controller's doing, and you put them out on the controller spots on the board, right? And then, depending on how many characters you have, you take a number of their activation cards. You can set them out as you see fit. Yeah, line of sight. Yeah. We're going to get into that too. Yeah, it's line of sight can get a little weird on this, but I think it's only 4 spaces away, and then as long as you can see, it's not blocking a corner thing. But yeah, you get character cards, and you can set them out anywhere you want on the player thing. But honestly, I like to have a little variety with it, so I will shuffle them up and I will put them face down on the player side because I don't want to know what's coming up next. You can, but we'll do whatever you want. It's your game if you get it. And then,
hey, Chris.
Yes.
Because you're so good at this, I know I can do this without worrying about it. I got to go help my junior get something in his stomach real quick. So just keep talking.
Sounds good.
I'll be right back.
Word to your homies. All right, now we can talk about them. No, we're not going to talk about them. But then you just gather your dice, and these are the special dice, the ones that came with the Kickstarter. But the regular dice has black and gold. The colors are reversed. I just thought maybe the gold would show up better here. So we'll see. Other than that, yeah, that's all there really is to set up. Oh, I got to mention this. I really do got to mention this. And this goes as to the company of Cool Mini or not, or HeMan as a whole. Okay, I got that character Faker, wherever the heck he is. He's up here. Okay. Normally, you're supposed to put their token on the health track, because when they lose health, you slide it down and you keep track of their health, right? So I called HeMan and said, well, when I got Faker, he didn't have his health token with. And they basically told me to piss off because you have to go to the retailer that sold it to you to get a replacement part. And I'm like, I didn't go to a retailer. I got it off of eBay, sure. But they do not, unless you bought directly from them through their Kickstarter, they don't want to deal with returns or replacement parts. I said, I'll pay for it. No, they don't deal with it. So that's the kind of thing that kind of pissed me off about it. But what are you going to do, right? All right, so once you have everything set up, all the characters are out. Now I could have put Skeletor or anybody over in here where this one is. It's just these are the starting spawn points for the controller. And characters will die, but that's okay. Because when they die, you just lay them down, and then on their next turn, stand them up and then take your turn. It's just whenever you kill someone, you get victory points. And that's kind of what you need to win. And this one here you have to get to 5 points, but your goal is you cannot win. Oh, did you see that? I just noticed that. This one here, the Sword of Power broke off the tip. See how it has I just noticed that. Well, not that big a deal. I don't care enough. Yeah. Sorry, I'm blind on my right side, and that's where the chat is. It's on my right over here. So if I don't see it, it's nothing. I'm not ignoring you. It's just I just didn't see it yet. I promise you I'll look. But this one has you going to this and grabbing these objectives. And this scenario, you cannot win. You cannot even end it until those 3 are picked up. So that's the kind of thing I usually run for them first. But at the same time, you're going to have either character activation or strategy activation for the villains. Now, the villain always goes first. So you take I say villain, but it's the controller, because I could be Skeletor and Evil Lyn or anybody else over here, and the masters could be over here. But anyway, I'll flip over the first controller card, and luckily enough for us, it is Skeletor. Okay? So Skeletor is now taking his activation. Now, how does an activation work in a solo game? Well, they have these 2 decks, one for character, one for strategy. So you take the character activation and you flip that sucker over. They get 2 activations on this. And what you do is you start at the top and you do it like and if anybody here is a computer programmer, ooh, cheap viewers on stream, boo, you can suck my... Anyway, he'll get that when he comes in and remove that thing from the Twitch bot stuff. But it reads like an if-then statement or if-then-else, for programmers. And so you look at the top and say, can I do this? No, Then can I do this? No. Well, then what's my last thing? I do this. So this first one says, before taking the first action, the character gains 3 energy. Well, when the controller gains energy, slide this AI token up here to that number of energy. And then it says, if there's an enemy in attack range, which is right next to it, or if it has range 4 spaces away, perform an attack. Otherwise, let's see. Character moves 2 spaces towards the enemy, stopping if they get attack range. So there's nobody in Skeletor's attack range because he has the Havoc Staff, which is a melee weapon to them. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's just getting closer and closer to these guys. And that's honestly, that's his activation. So we did this one twice. We discard this card. Then we go to our hero. And we just alternate the turns that way. HeMan happens to go. Now, again, characters are going to get 2 actions. You also gain whatever energy is listed above your activation card. So I have 1 energy, and I'll give that to HeMan. And you put it next to abilities that are unlocked or the main abilities that you have. Right now, because we're not in green, yellow, or red, we don't have any of these abilities on the side. What we do have is HeMan has the Sword of Power, and he has Indomitable. Ram Man has Slam and, well, Ram. Pretty much, you know, what you would expect them to have.
I'm back. I'm here.
Hey.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I had to go get rid of that thing on Twitch real quick.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back with one bagel with cream cheese later, and we're back. Here's a movie.
I have not played the TSR one, but I have played, oh my God, why is my brain freezing? The new Marvel one by Matt Forbeck. He's an all right guy.
Marvel United?
No, Marvel United is the board game. Was it Marvel Universe? It's over here on my shelf. Okay. I don't remember the exact name anymore, but it's the new one by, like I said, Matt Forbeck and them that they made the Marvel RPG. We played it. Remember we did the Hydra in the bank.
Yeah.
On Madness Gaming somewhere.
Yeah, we just whooped their ass too fast.
I know, right? But I'll blame that on me because I was new to the system. I didn't give you guys an appropriate challenge. But again, I take the full blame for that. But I'm going to take HeMan. Speaking of taking things, and I'm going to move him 3 for his first action. Now, moving into rocks. If you look on the terrain card, because they're actually terrain cards. If you look on the terrain card, it says you need 2 movement to get into or to leave rocks. So I'm going to spend 2 move to get into the rocks. I'm going to hang there because I really want that objective. Okay. And that's all he needs to do. So we go next to the controller. And once you do this, game, you can fly through it once you understand how it goes. And this is really all there is to it. So now it's Faker's turn. So what does Faker do? Class? That's right. Faker gets a character activation card because he's a character. And we go through the flow chart as they would have it as the check. It says if there's an enemy in attack range, he performs an attack. But since Faker, again, has a replica power sword, he doesn't have that. So he's going to move 2 spaces towards an enemy. 1, 2. You know what? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this is where Ram Man is. Now, if you'll notice, I don't know if you can very well, but on this thing, it has the attack. Each character, especially the AI is also going to have skills. You don't use the skills, again, until it shows up on these character activations. Now, one thing I didn't care for, and I changed it myself because, hey, guess what? You know, you can. It's your game. Do whatever you want with it. They want you to shuffle these back in every time, like at the end of every round. Shuffle them back in, but I'm like, well, you don't always get to every card then, so you might not get to the more deadly and dangerous ones.
That's true.
So I don't shuffle them in.
Yeah, you got to go through the whole thing. I don't want to have the same move hit me 3 times in a game.
And I've had that, and that's why I was like, So I don't shuffle it until the deck runs out. Okay, but that's Faker's activation. And I'm glad I pronounced it correctly. So now we have Ram Man. Ram Man, what's he going to do? Well, he wants to also get to these objectives because that's the main goal here. So he's going to run 3 and then use 2 move to get in there. So that's boom. That's Ram Man. You see what I mean? It can go really quick. And then Trapjaw is a character, gets a character activation. It says, oh, goodness. Well, I got talking, and I forgot to give Faker his power. Let's see. Before their first action, character heals 2. Well, thank God Trapjaw wasn't injured, so he doesn't get a free heal from us. If there's an enemy in range, blah, 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 same thing. Otherwise, move 2 spaces towards him. And there's quite a few of those because it's your basic attack for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to come right up here and try to get to Ram Man. And that's honestly it for them. Let's see. Now we flip over. HeMan gets 2 power. I did miss the 2 power for Ram Man because I was talking. That's fine. So what do I want HeMan to do? Well, I'm going to use my first action to claim this. Right? And that gives us, players, 1 here. Now you would think we're on the green, we unlock it. No. It's when this marker goes to the green, yellow, and red that we unlock the things. At least it's from what I understand, right? What is that track called even? The escalation? Yeah. It says whenever a character is KO'd, then you move this up, or at the end of every round, then you move it up. So you basically have 5 rounds to wait until you get to your best abilities. Oh, HeMan. Oh, where is that? Where is it? HeMan even has one, and I know off top, we'll get that. Has one where you're riding Battle Cat, so you can actually get the HeMan on Battle Cat figure out. Same thing with Skeletor on Panther. So yeah, I thought that was, but you know.
Did you ever think when you were younger that Panther was just way cooler than Battle Cat?
Oh yeah, I had Panther. Yeah, I didn't. I never had Battle Cat when I was younger.
I was just like, Skeletor's cat's so much better than He-Man.
I know, right? So let's see. We grabbed that, gave ourselves our victory point, and we're going to spend 2 and 3. We're going to try to go around this way, I guess. Now, this last one is a strategy card. Now, did it have to be the last one? No, it could have been any. I just shuffled them up and dealt them out. But the strategy card is a little different from character activation because instead of a character card, you do a strategy card. Okay? The first thing you do is you move, boom, 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 your minions. And what's nice is they have a flow chart, a little reference card for you to do that as well. So yeah, activate all minions, flip and resolve the AI strategy card, and then do a second AI strategy card.
So how many minions can you move?
All of them. You move. Yep.
I mean, do they have limitations? You can move them all one. You can move them, or you can just move them wherever you want. What is it?
No. They all have a special a move amount. I believe it's 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe I moved him 2. Now I could move him 2 to come up here to Ram Man. I don't know, but I think Ram Man's going to get down and come over, and I think it'd be faster to go around. And we'll move this guy here.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Dustin. I didn't mean it. Battle Cat is cool, but when he's not Battle Cat, he's a straight pussy.
So that gave him 2 for that one. All right. So on this strategy activation, the first thing it says is the controller pays 3 energy. The AI character with the most energy takes 1 action and continues to the next effect. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll say it was Faker. So the Faker is going to pay 3. Let's see. AI character next effect. AI character the most damage moves 2 spaces towards the closest player. Okay, where is he? Oh, there he is. So he moves 2 spaces closer. And he would heal 2 and gain 2 energy. But he's not injured. So that's one activation for strategy. The next strategy, this card remains in play until the next controller activation. Don't shuffle the controller deck until the... Okay, so this is one that forces a shuffle. Controller pays 2.
Okay, so hold on a second. Do me a favor and hold up closer to the camera the 2 different types of minions. The
2 different types
of minions. Because it's hard to tell apart whose is whose.
Right. So we'll use this one. Is a... Wish I could get the lighting better, but this is a minion. The hoverbots.
Okay.
And this is one of the here. This is Faker, one of the heroes. I can't really get much. Yeah.
We definitely have to get some different colors on the different teams on those. HeMan.com. Are you listening?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why they're the good guys are this peach pink color. But the bad guys are the great.
I mean, the minions should be different colors for the different. The hoverbots should be one color, and the Eternia guys should be a different color. So
yeah,
just because for aesthetics, everything's gray.
Mm-hmm. It is, and they always say that minis don't play as well unless they're painted.
It's true. It's true.
So this stays out, and it says whenever they attack, the AI attacks until the end of my next turn, until the next controller activation, they get +1 attack. So that's pretty cool. I mean, for the bad guys anyway. So here's this guy right next to HeMan, and he's going to try to attack him because that's what they do when they're activated. They move and they attack, right? When they attack, they have their special attacks on here. His is Whirling Blades 2 with a sword. Well, all that means is you roll 2 dice, and it's a melee attack. And you're looking for either the sword symbol, right, or Castle Grayskull. The castle is a wild, but you also get an energy back when you do the attack. So he hit HeMan for 1. And characters are going to have, Ram Man is the better one to show it to you. They're going to have their health value on this side, but they also may have an armor value over here, which, again, just like with regular armor, what it means is you ignore that many attacks. So if HeMan had this 2 armor, that 1 damage wouldn't do jack to him. But believe it or not, barely covering your nipples does not make for good armor. So he doesn't have any.
Yeah, it's like, that's another thing. Come on. You're fighting with swords in your bikinis.
Yep. So he takes that 1 damage, and it slides from 10 down to 9. Not a big deal, And every one of these minions would attack if that's what were happening, but they're not near enough to attack anybody yet. And then we take our last. Bada boom. Last player is Ram Man. He gets 3 energy. Bop, bop, bop. He's loving it. All right. So what does he want to do? Well, the first thing he wants to do, of course, is grab the objective. And there it is. We're up to 2 victory points already. Okay. And he has 1 more action. Again, he's very much a melee kind of person.
Can we hit somebody already?
We can't yet. They're right there with us, but we're gonna make sure we can. But we're gonna move him 1, 2, 3 over to here, and that's one round. Honest, that's how quick it can go. This moves down because of the of the scenario's rules, and then you pick up all of the controller cards, pick up all of the hero cards. And then we just start.
You the link if you want to come hang out with us. You can.
and we start this over again. So we'll do the shuffling. I do the shuffling and just lay it out randomly for both sides, as we said before. You can do the shuffle. You can pick and choose where they go if you wish. I like a little variety in life. Now, you might be asking yourself, how does the controller get victory points? Well, they're going to get their victory points by attacking and hitting you. So that's if they kill your characters, and I've had it happen where they've knocked down my, the heroes, and that's how they're going to get their victory points. Okay. Let's see. Yes. We'll do the last. Oh, Skeletor goes first again. Again, character activation, not hard. This is really all there is to it. The character has enough energy to activate their skill, and there's an enemy in range. What is Skeletor's skill? Master of Evil. The ally with the most energy performs one bonus action. Well, he has the energy to do it. So, let's say that. Yeah, we'll put Trapjaw here. 1, 2, and get him as close as we can to Ram Man to get ready to punch him in the face.
Yeah, it's time to fight. That's what I want. Hit
right?
Somebody hit somebody.
And then Skeletor moves 2, and then 2 more to try to get over to HeMan. Because, well, he wants to whoop him in the butt. All right, who's next? That's HeMan's up. HeMan grabs a power cube, and he's going to let's chop up that minion. The minion has 1 health and 1 armor. Okay, 1 health, 1 armor. HeMan has his Sword of Power, which does 3 dice, but I can spend 2 energy, which I'm going to, and adds 3 dice to it. Do I need that for a 1 health freaking minion? No. But we're already almost at noon, so I need to hurry this sucker up. So yeah, here's 1, 2, 3 hits on this minion. Boom, dead. And that's all there is to that one.
Yeah.
Another one
I
bites.
could have still gone with 3 dice, but yeah.
Yeah. For his second action, I'm going to bring him over to. He'll fight Skeletor next time. And don't forget, it only did 2 damage to this minion because he had 1 armor, but he only has 1 health, and it didn't matter.
Right. Skeletor's over there yelling, "Your time is up, HeMan." He's ready.
Until next time. Yep.
He's ready.
So the next one, you have Trapjaw. Put the energy up. What's Trapjaw gonna do? And he's just gonna attack. And remember, because of this thing, he gets +1 die to attack. So Trapjaw's modular arm is 3 ranged. So we got 3. Enemies wounded by this attack become dazed. Okay. Ooh, 1, 2. Whoops, that was a gray skull. So that's 3 damage to Ram Man. Plus, because of gray skull, he gets an energy. Ram Man has 2 armor. So he takes 1 damage. And then that card comes back in again. And what does he do? Ooh, that is bad for him. That's all 3 melees. So that is no hits on his second attack. But there you go. I mean, are there any questions on how this goes? Because this is really what there is to it.
No, it looks pretty easy. Once you get to the point where you start whooping people, you just whoop people, right?
That's right. Now, I just got this ability for Ram Man because I just picked this one in the beginning. But we just hit the green, and we unlocked Counter Blow. If I would have had energy in Counter Blow when he was attacked, I could have done a counter attack. So they do have actions and reactions as well.
Okay. Always set yourself up for the counter attack, people. Always.
Word.
Wow. Gotta be ready to throw.
So I'm gonna have this Ram Man slam, and that is 1, 2 on Trapjaw. Does Trapjaw have any armor? No. So he takes 2 damage. Yep. Now, certain pieces of terrain have different effects, as we talked about earlier. Like this one blocks line of sight, gives you a bonus die if you're on it, and so on. But I wanted to show you the boulder. They're not just pretty. You can spend an action and an energy to throw this boulder, and it is a 4 damage ranged attack. Now, yes, it's useless to do it to him right in front because it's not really ranged, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I want to see Ram Man. Oh, my good Lord. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, plus he gets an energy because of the Castle Grayskull. So he just threw this at Trapjaw there and hit him for, where are you? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's pretty close to getting knocked out. And then the boulder goes away. And then you continue through this until one of you gets, in this case, up to 5 victory points or whatever the win condition is for that scenario. Do I recommend the game? If you don't mind skirmish, it's something I think you're going to like. If you have other people to play, definitely grab it, especially if you like, He-Man and stuff, right?
Yeah.
If this is your thing, you're gonna like it. The AI is pretty decent. It's fairly simple to get into and use. It's not really complex, but there's enough variety to keep you, going. As far as this is also one of those games, brutal honesty, I don't think you need all of the Kickstarter stuff for it. They have some characters like Web Store, some of the more obscure ones too. And I've gotten a couple of them, but I don't think it's something I've ever needed. Now, I think you should get like the Evil Horde or Wrath of Snake Mountain just to get more minions and get more villains with it. If you're into She-Ra, you can get the She-Ra expansion. It's all there.
Yeah.
But it's not. This is one of the few games where I felt where it's not actually necessary to get it. Like I said, I bought these things because it was an add-on thing, and then I don't need them. I don't care. I don't think I will ever use them.
Well,
I used them once.
Doesn't that one sit right there and elevate those rocks? Isn't it just for aesthetics?
Yes, it's just for a visual because you still not only can you put this out, but you still have to use the thing because you don't know what type of terrain you're going to have just by having this out. It's not just rocks. So if you got to have it out anyway, if I got to have this out anyway, what do I want to have an extra piece on that can slide around? I'll just put this out. But otherwise, I think the minis are really nice. And if you're into painting, which I used to be into painting a lot, I think you're going to get a lot of detail out of them. As you can see, some of them can be a little bit on the fragile side with my power sword breaking there. But I'm not overly concerned about that. I don't know. It's just not something that really. What's that? I'm sorry.
The power sword broke?
Yeah, the handle of one of the objective markers broke off.
Some power sword.
It might have been Faker's power sword because his isn't real.
There you go. It had to have been Faker's power sword.
Yeah. So like I said, let's pretend Skeletor did whoop the butts of He-Man. Well, what happens is you go to KO, your guy gets knocked down, and then when it's your next activation, whenever it comes in, boom, you stand up. But when they knock you out, they get victory points, and that's how they're going to win on this one. It's not something that's going to overly task you to micromanage. It's going to be all right here in front of you. Very simple. The only thing is, again, with people like, it's a lot of table space that it's going to take up. So if you don't mind, or if you have other people that are there to play and hang with you, by all means, get it. It's pretty fun. And it's really nostalgic if you're doing the He-Man, if you're into the He-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I wish they had more AI scenarios, but I did get one thing from there you are, the box of power scenarios. So that does give you a couple of extra, and the other expansions will give you more scenarios with it too. And there are a few AI ones in here. And this did come with 2 other minions, mini Skeletors and mini He-Mans. see if I can find one in here offhand. Yeah, baby Skeletors. So, yeah, it's another minion. That's one of the reasons why I wanted it.
Yeah.
Well, the merrier.
So, yeah. I'm sorry, what?
I said the more the merrier. You got to have minions.
Exactly. So, if are there any questions on how to do this? Because it's fairly simple to set up and fairly simple to play. It's something I think you can enjoy it almost at any time, as long as you remember the activation steps, which they're on cards. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't get much simpler than that.
No, I think it's just pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you, like I say, you do a good job explaining this. If I ever bought this game, I wouldn't even have to like start reading it all and shit. I just go watch this video.
Right.
And I pretty much know everything I need to know to play.
Yep. Yeah, that's all there is to it, really. It's not overly complex. I have fun with it.
Cool. Yeah. Speaking of having fun, we got fun coming up in the future. You don't we, Chris? Don't we?
Oh yeah, quite a bit. Which one are you talking about? Because I have so many things planned that it's insane.
I'm thinking the RPG, because now we got.
Oh yeah.
Levi and Dustin and Lori and I think who else was somebody else wanted to play too. I think we're gonna have a much fuller game this time. Dante gonna have more people to mess with.
Yep. And not only do we have the upcoming Slaughterville RPG, the the Beast Within, we have Jack the Ripper, we have the Slasher story to run through that, but I also just got the full book for Arkham Horror, the RPG.
Nice.
And okay, if you like the Cthulhu more pulpy action. See, I like Call of Cthulhu, the RPG, but it's very centered on investigation. It's a slower paced kind of game.
Right.
But this one is more in your face action.
Okay.
So if that's your thing, this is definitely one you're going to want to get. But they just announced in the summer. Does anybody remember Mountains of Madness?
Yep.
They went to they're doing a spiritual sequel to Mountains of Madness as a full campaign adventure box set, which will have all of the handouts, character sheets, tokens. Just tons and tons of stuff coming out this summer. And I said, dude, I am already getting it. So we are going to have plenty of stuff to play.
Nice.
Again, if you guys are interested, I am more than happy to do it. You
wanted to do Arkham, like you wanted to start that really soon, right?
Oh, I'm ready to play anything, Boova.
Because I'm down with starting next week. I don't care. I'm ready. Lori's campaign will be over.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to drag her over here on Thursday morning and yeah, I'm down.
Settings, camera.
Up for the next Slaughterville RPG. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to do them. It's just, we just got to set up the time and get the space set up. But yeah, honest, this.
Also, Chris, I need you to work with Charles Massant.
Okay.
The guy who kind of co-hosts the Comic Artist Hour on Wednesday.
Okay.
The guy with the big fluffy mustache and everything, right? You know who I'm talking about?
Sure. Yeah. I'm just like, what do you want me to work on him with?
I want you to network with him because he gets invited to cons and comp everything to come do his games.
Nice.
Dude, you need to hook Chris up with these people so that he can get him, where people are inviting him to come because he actually has games. You could highlight a different game every day of the weekend at a con.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You got a game for each day of the weekend. It wouldn't be like people be like, oh, we did that yesterday. Walk by. They walk by your table. Oh, shit, he's got a different one.
Yeah, I've done it.
I mean, the playthrough The cons where they're actually playing games and shit, man. That's what I'm talking about. He gets invited to them, and I was like, dude, you got to hook my boy Chris up. Man. You got to, because you got games.
Yeah.
Oh,
here's your little buddy.
Urko!
Oh, nice.
One thing that was a little confusing, and I still don't know, and again, you will always find me to be honest. They have Man-at-Arms, obviously, right?
Right.
But they also have the Eternia warriors as minions. So this goes to what you were saying. The minions should have been a different color because it looks just like they look just like Man-at-Arms. I don't know which one is the thing because I don't know, they're all the same in there, and that's what I was trying to figure out. But you can obviously tell things like Beastman.
Yeah.
And again, I wish my lighting were better to show you, but the detail really is there. So if you're into painting, these are going to look nice when you're done. Especially, apparently, the fan favorite of Battle Cat himself. They do have a Cringer figure, but that was a Kickstarter exclusive, and I'm like, I don't need a Cringer figure because that's all it is there's no like Cringer hero card or anything else. It's just an NPC thing. So I didn't think that one was as necessary. But if you're a completionist and you want to get it,
no, there should be some kind of card where Battle Cat freaks out, turns into Cringer and takes a couple hits or something. There should have been something.
Yeah, like I said, he's
his armor class for one turn or something. I mean.
And
oh yeah,
and Thor, and yeah. So all in all, again, I think it's pretty cool. It's just you gotta. There's a little work to the setup, and just get used to the setup, and it'll fly by like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Otherwise. Oh, I got this extra one. He was a Kickstarter when I was Stratos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they have Mechanic and some of the other ones in there I didn't get yet. But again, like I said, I don't have that burning desire that I need to have everything with this one. I think the base one, maybe an expansion or two to add more minions is good. I bought Web Store because I just like them.
Yeah. Now, do those trays come with it, or?
Yes. Yeah. These organization trays come with it. You get the 4 because there's 4 player characters. And there's a controller tray as well, but I have that stored up on a shelf because you don't need it when you play solo. You just need the controller board. You don't need the extra tray, and that's just one less thing to get cluttery.
Right. It's nice that they included that. There's a lot of games that don't. It's just like, what the heck?
Yeah, that would have been an add-on in some other games.
Right.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we do, people. This is what the madness is all about. So,
All right. If you have any more questions, that's what we have for today.
Well, I have to apologize for last night, everybody. And I mean everybody. I apologize for last night. We have a show called First Impressions here on the network.
Mm-hmm.
Ed and Dash, they're cool, and they go out and find an album neither one of them's ever heard before, and they'll play it, right, and give their first impression. Well, I figured I'd do something new last night. I played the actual music before their show over on Pilled, like we do with the movie, Dustin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, right? So that everybody could hear it and then listen to Ed and Dash's review of it, right? Holy crap, I'm sorry that I put that shit in y'all's ears.
Really?
Oh my God. It was a Kate Bush CD, an early Kate Bush album, and it was freaking horrible. I don't mean, I don't like Kate Bush and everything she does suck. I mean, that was like cats wallowing in the alley. It was horrible. And I had to, because the platform we were borrowing it from had ads, I had to actually pay attention to it so I could cover the ads up with our ads, right? Oh my God. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry for the Bush. I'm sorry, Pilled. I'm sorry. Everywhere we played that last night. I'm sorry. But I'm not the host of that show. I don't choose the music. I did pick an album coming up in the future that they're going to cover that I promise you all will really like. It's called Elf, and it is Ronnie James Dio's debut album.
Nice.
So when I suggest an album, it's going to be something y'all like. I promise. It's going to be good. It's not going to be some Kate Bush crap.
Yeah, I wanted to suggest something for him. I wasn't sure if they do interviews too, because you could totally get this guy on.
Yeah, they just started doing that. They had the Mr. Gnome people on while they do their music. So I turned them on to the guys from Lunatics Fringe too, so we could do their music and they could, review that. So yeah, if you got somebody that they can actually interact with, that just makes it that much better.
Yeah.
From the way I look at it, it's like we're not just talking about some dude that nobody knows music. We actually have the guy here. We're talking about this guy's music.
Right.
Definitely better for the bands, better for the show in general. Just like when you guys bring people out that are involved in the figures and stuff, right? It's like it's a better show than just showing the figures. You got somebody out there that was involved in designing it, and chat gets way more involved in those.
Oh yeah,
shows, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people involved. I'll tell you what, tomorrow during this hour right here, we are going to be launching Tim Vigil's Gothic Nights right here live on the network. We are going to plaster this thing all over the internet. Chris, I must send you a link in the morning. I'd appreciate it. Come in, drop your just add your destinations, the ones they allow you as a guest, right?
Yep.
Dustin, I'm going to do the same thing with you. I'm going to send you the link. I'm going to ask you to come in there and just add your destinations in the morning. I want to test the limit and see how many places StreamYard will actually let us broadcast to. I'm asking everybody in the madness, come in, add your channels. We're going to blast this thing all over the place. Tim Vigil, guys. Tim Vigil. If you don't know, Faust. Just go look for it. Dudes, I think that book sold like 100,000 copies.
Each issue.
It's crazy, dude. And he's coming to the madness for that launch party. That is freaking awesome. It's his very first crowdfunder, his first time doing a crowdfunder, and he's coming to us to launch it. So I'm asking everybody, plaster it all over the internet. I don't want anybody to be able to turn their computer on and not know that Tim Vigil is launching at noon tomorrow. That's what I'm asking of the madness. I'm asking of our fans. I'm asking everybody, man. Share the heck out of that. It's already up on the YouTube channel. You can go click on it right now and share it out and just let everybody know it's happening. This is big. This is the kind of stuff that I do this for. Come on, man. Rock with us. This is going to be huge. I'm so jacked for this, man. Tim freaking Vigil, yo. If you don't know, shoot.
And I'm a loser, but I still got Escargot coming out in 2 weeks from today.
Nice.
Yes. More stuff. We are going to play that during the launch party, right?
Probably, most likely, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to play that during the launch party, guys. We're going to have fun with that one, too.
This is how much I don't care about these. They're not even going in the box. I'll keep them with my Hero Click stuff or something like that, because at least then, it's Hero Clicks. You can just stack them and work them. But yeah, that's how little I care about these things.
Do they even stack together well, or just sit on top?
No, they're crap.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's pretty. Honest to God, yeah, this is one thing you don't need for it. I should not have spent the $10 and gotten them. I wish I'd have had that back. That's how, and it's only $10, right? But that's how much you don't need them. Otherwise, I recommend you grab it.
Awesome.
All right. But it is, holy crap, almost 12:30.
One thing you could do with them is you could raise up the mountains in the Gone Hunting game.
Yeah.
Put the mountain tiles on top of those, right?
We can put them under the mat, and we can have raised terrain when we play games. Yeah.
All right, people. I got stuff to go do. Dustin, thanks for popping in.
Appreciate you, boss. Hey, when am I coming on there?
What?
I was asking Dustin when I'm coming on.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh, whenever, man.
Sounds good. We'll set it up.
Yeah.
So tonight we're watching Boy Kills World on Pill at 7:00. And then tomorrow, Dustin and Zombie, or Dustin and Derry, or Dustin and Palmyra, somebody, Dustin gonna be out there talking about the movie with his crew, maybe all of them, you never know. What's the other movie?
Sloth House.
Sloth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also on Hulu. Both are on Hulu.
We figured that one would be kind of slow, so we're going with Boy Kills World. Here we go.
Eddie's gonna tune in with us. So
cool. We will be watching that live on Pilled because we can over on Pilled, and that's where we do some of our more fun stuff exclusively over there. If you're not a member of Pilled, go sign up for Pilled.net and then follow the Madness Comic Network over there. You'll see stuff you don't see on YouTube. I'm just saying, So, yeah, the Meg.TV, go over there, check it out. Do all that stuff. Laughing Rogue, go over there, check that out. Do all that stuff. Geekmen and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. Go sign up. Go subscribe to these guys' channels. All that. And do all that stuff. Share out what they're doing. Get involved, people. Look, we can make an indie nation, or we can have little indie counties. I want an indie nation. I want everybody involved. So, do the thing, people. Share.
Do the needful.
Subscribe. And don't make Crom do this. Don't make Crom do that, because he likes to do that, and he's ready to do that. Just don't ask Crom to do that. Be nice. Just be nice.
That's right.
I said that, Chris. I said that out loud. Did you hear me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I played all of our ads earlier, right?
We might have played quite a few.
Oh, yeah, I think I did. Oh, we got one more. Don't forget, people. Don't forget. Every other Friday, not this Friday, but every other Friday. And not only are we doing the first with Tim Vigil's first crowdfunding campaign launch, but we're also doing a first later in the evening with our first dual countdown, wherein we will be counting down Path of the Pale Rider with Lori Calcaterra, and then Tokyo Blade Detectives with Todd Black. So one show, two countdowns. Look, tomorrow's going to be lit, people. We're doing the thing. What do you got here? Yeah, that one. Oh, man. Yep. Come on, guys. 31 more backers before it's over. If we can get 31 backers in 31 hours, we get another poker card added to the deck. 31.
Yeah.
Come on,
there
people.
You go.
I want another poker card on that campaign.
For real.
And what are we supposed to do?
Doran's campaign, Rake Hill, is also rapidly approaching the end. I think there's 4 days left on that one. So Lots of good stuff out there, guys. We're going to keep talking about it. Go back these people, support what they do so that they can keep doing what they do for you.
I wonder if Karen would ever interview Ellie.
Karen did interview. Well, she didn't interview her, but she did an interview with her. Remember?
Yeah.
I think she did say Ellie was going to be reemerging.
That's what I thought. Yeah. But anyway.
So yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Ellie again. Ellie's cool. Ellie's really cool.
Consequences. Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Get yourself. All right. With that, I think I'm going to leave y'all with a deep thought. Do y'all want a deep thought?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Deep Thoughts by Dwayne Fink.
Does Big James avoid eating clowns because they taste funny?
This has been Deep Thoughts by Dwayne Fink.
Hey.
Click on the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic.